Picture this. You walk into a networking event. You see someone you really want to meet. You start walking toward them. Your heart beats faster. Your mind goes completely blank. So you turn around, grab your phone, and pretend to check emails. The event ends. You met nobody. You go home thinking, why didn't I just say hi? And by the end of this episode, you'll have 3 natural ways to introduce yourself, so you never freeze or hide behind your phone again. Hi, everyone. I'm Claire. Welcome to English Without Apology, where we help you speak English with confidence in real-life situations.
And I'm Jake.
Good to see you again, Jake.
You too.
So, Jake, you mentioned something happened at a conference?
Yeah. Can I be honest about something?
Of course. What's up?
2 months ago, I was at this big tech conference, and there was this AI researcher there, someone I really, really admire.
Like, someone you follow online?
Yeah, exactly. I follow his work, listen to his talks, you know? He was just standing there, 3 feet away from me.
And?
I just stood there for like, I don't know, 10 minutes, maybe more. I checked my phone like 14 times.
10 minutes? 14 times?
Yeah, I just froze. I was basically a human statue. Someone could have put a sign on me.
Man frozen in social anxiety, very artistic. But Jake, this happens to so many people. I do it too, actually.
Really? I had no idea you felt that way too.
Yes, introductions feel high stakes because, well, they are. First impressions matter, you know?
So I'm not the only one who freezes.
Not at all. Most people overthink it. They try to sound impressive instead of just being real. But here's the truth. The best introductions aren't clever.
They're not?
No, they're clear, friendly, and easy to respond to.
Clear, friendly, easy to respond to.
Exactly.
So I don't need some perfect opening line, right?
No, you just need 3 simple formulas.
3 formulas. Okay, I can handle 3.
Haha! 3 is definitely less than the 10 minutes you spent being a human statue?
Hey, I was perfecting my deer in headlights look.
And you nailed it! Oscar-worthy performance!
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Okay. Ready for formula number 1?
Yes, let's do this.
Formula number 1. Hi, I'm Name. I work in field.
That's it? Just my name and what I do?
Super simple, right?
I always thought it had to be more impressive, you know? Like, greetings, fellow human. I am Jake, conqueror of code.
Okay, that would definitely be memorable, but maybe a bit much?
Yeah, probably.
Look, this formula works anywhere. Networking events, meetings, coffee shops. It's the simplest, most universal introduction. For example, hi, I'm Claire. I work in education. Or, hi, I'm Jake. I work in software development.
Oh, so instead of trying to impress them, I just tell them who I am and what I do.
Exactly. It's direct, it's clear, and it gives them something to respond to.
So they can ask about my work or share what they do. It opens the door, you know?
Perfect. That's exactly it. I love how you put that. Variations. Hi, I'm Claire. I teach English. Or, hi, I'm Jake. I'm a software engineer. Same formula, slightly different words.
This is way simpler than I thought. What's the second formula?
Formula 2. Let me tell you. Formula number 2. Nice to meet you. What do you do?
So I introduce myself first, then ask about them?
Exactly. This combination is powerful. You give information about yourself, then you show interest in them.
Can you give me an example?
Sure, you'd say, hi, I'm Jake. I work in software development. Nice to meet you. What do you do?
Nice to meet you. What do you do? I like that. It flows naturally.
Right? Most people love talking about their work. You're giving them an easy opening.
An easy opening. But what if they do something I don't understand? Like, I'm a quantum entanglement specialist?
Then you ask, that sounds interesting. What does that involve? Now you have a conversation.
Oh. So I'm not just talking about myself. I'm starting a two-way conversation.
Yes, exactly that. Formula number 3. I've heard great things about topic. What brings you here?
This one feels more specific.
It is, and that's what makes it powerful. Use this when you're at an event, a meetup, or a conference. For example, hi, I'm Jake. I've heard great things about this AI conference. What brings you here?
Wait, so I'm connecting with them through the event or the topic we both care about.
Yes, it creates instant common ground.
Common ground? Things we both care about.
Perfect, you got it. More examples. I've heard this company does amazing work in sustainability. What's your role here? Or, I've been following this podcast for months. What brought you to this meetup? Remember this, you only get one chance to make a first impression. Make it count.
Make it count. I love that.
Let me tell you about a networking event I went to 3 years ago. I saw a woman I really wanted to meet, a successful entrepreneur I'd been following online for months. She was standing alone by the coffee table. I walked toward her, then I panicked. I thought, what if I say something boring? What if she's not interested? My brain was like completely offline, you know?
So what did you do?
I almost turned around and left. But then I thought, what's the worst that can happen? She says she's busy? So I walked up and said, hi, I'm Claire. I work in education. I've been following your work for a while. What brings you to this event?
And what did she say?
She smiled and said, oh, I'm exploring partnerships with educational companies. Tell me about what you do. We talked for 20 minutes. She later became a mentor. All because I used a simple, clear introduction instead of trying to sound impressive.
So being real worked better than being clever.
It always does.
You know what? This actually happened to me last week.
Really? Tell me.
I was at a networking event and saw someone I wanted to meet. And this time, I didn't freeze. I used the formula. I walked up and said, hi, I'm Jake. I work in software development. I heard you speak about AI. What brings you here today? And she said, oh, I'm working on a really cool AI project for healthcare. Let me tell you about it. We talked for 20 minutes.
Yes. See? Same you, same situation. Only difference, you took action with a clear formula.
Yeah, and I got her contact info. We're meeting next week to talk about a potential collaboration.
That's amazing, Jake. Look at you.
I know, right? I went from human statue to networking champion in 1 week.
Character development. I love it. Now let's practice. Okay, Jake, imagine you're at a coffee shop. I'm sitting at the table next to you, working on my laptop. You want to introduce yourself. Ready?
Ready. Hi, I'm Jake. I work in software development. I couldn't help but notice you're working on something interesting. What do you do?
Oh, hi. I'm Claire. I teach English online.
That's really cool. What made you get into teaching?
I've always loved helping people communicate better. What about you? What kind of software do you work on?
I specialize in AI and machine learning. Right now, I'm working on a natural language processing project.
Oh, wow. That's fascinating. We should definitely talk more about that. Perfect. You introduced yourself, asked about me, and followed up with another question. That's how real conversations start.
I used Formula 1. Hi, I'm Jake. I work in software. And Formula 2. What do you do?
Exactly. And notice you didn't say anything fancy. You were just clear and friendly. That's what makes introductions work, not clever lines, just sincere interest. One more round. This time, we're at a conference. I just gave a short talk. You want to meet me? Go.
Hi, I'm Jake. I work in software development. I've heard great things about this event. What brings you here today?
Oh, hi, Jake. I'm Claire. I actually just gave a talk on language learning and tech.
That's exactly my field. I'd love to hear more about that.
Formula 3 in action. Common ground instantly.
And I barely had to think about it.
That's the point. Simple works every single time. So, Jake, how are you feeling now about introductions?
Honestly, so much better. Like genuinely ready. No more human statue mode.
I love that. Let's do a quick review. What's the first formula?
First formula. Hi, I'm Name. I work in field. Simple and universal.
Perfect. Second formula?
Nice to meet you. What do you do? Give info, then ask about them.
Excellent. And the third?
I've heard great things about topic. What brings you here? Create common ground.
What's the most important thing to remember?
You only get one chance to make a first impression. Make it count. Okay, we have a challenge for everyone listening. In the next 24 hours, introduce yourself to someone new.
Use one of these 3 formulas. Just pick one, then come tell us what happened. We want to hear your stories. Leave a comment. We read every single one, and they help other learners too.
If this episode helped you, please subscribe so you don't miss our next episode.
Next time, we're teaching you how to ask clarifying questions without sounding confused. Super useful skill.
Thank you so much for listening today. We really appreciate you.
Have an amazing day, everyone.
See you next time.
Bye!